Hello, listeners. Welcome to the very first episode of BT Dubs, a voice acting podcast. Here with me today is a man of mystery and many short films. Actually, only a couple short films, but he's been my friend for several years. Please welcome Loomeh Naughty. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I'm not really confirmed yet, so that's really shitty.
Confirmed for what?
Confirmed for existence.
That is fair. That is definitely fair. All right. So here on BT Dubs, we have two different sections. One is the question and answer thing, and the second one is just a general talk. Are you okay?
An interview?
Okay. Yeah, the interview. The interview is the first thing, and then after that is just, general bullshit.
I am good with this.
All right. So, as I mentioned in the beginning of the thing, you have done several short films. Would you like to tell us about those?
Yeah, all of them were done in my time at film school. I recently graduated Ringling College of Art and Design for their film program.
Ooh.
I graduated with a bachelor's degree in film.
That's pretty interesting. I realize that you have also done a few short films. One that was very interesting about a weird doctor.
Yeah, it was a H.P. Lovecraft inspired short film.
Mm-hmm. And what was it called?
Yeah, I'm not ready to share that yet.
Okay, it's totally fine. If you're not... Oh, okay, so you're not ready to share it. Mind giving us a general overview of what it was?
Essentially your basic mad scientist story. Of people trying to bring the dead back to life. And I did it in a very campy, over-the-top nature. Found in, old campy horror films. The main one was, the tone that I was going for was, from, the Christopher Lee Dracula movie.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I did manage to, watch that film. So, it was indeed pretty good. What did your, college think of it?
I think my classmates found it okay. Two of the horror nerds liked it because it reminded them of those campy horror films. And when it was time to show it to an audience, nobody really knew what to make of it.
Yeah, that that's pretty interesting, actually.
I mean, it was mostly a bunch of old dudes who don't like horror films.
Yeah, that's totally fair. 100% fair. Yep. Have you made any other short films in your allotted time at the academy?
Yeah, not direct, student projects, yeah, and I've also worked as a cinematographer for a grip, a gaff, and a producer on other short films.
That's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, one of them I know got an award at the Los Angeles Film Festival. It's called Endless Love. It's essentially Cloud Atlas, but shorter and without character development.
Did Cloud Atlas originally have character development?
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, no, I'm thinking of Jupiter Rising. Never mind.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Same directors.
Yeah, I'm sure that several people would get those two confused, actually.
Yeah.
Alright. Another interesting tidbit about Loomeh Naughty. Is it true that you are one of the founders of Majestic Pink Hippo?
Yeah, I am. I was the main writer for a while. I kind of stopped up just to focus on film school.
And now that you've graduated from film school, are you going to get back into the writing game, so to speak?
Well, I am writing for myself. I have like 2 pilot scripts that I'm working on. I submitted one of them to a screenplay contest and got an award there.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
Best new screenwriter honorable mention.
Oh, that's pretty swell, I must say.
Yeah. And the other thing is a nonsensical acid trip that somehow got an award from my school.
That is both concerning and amusing.
Yep.
Yep. So, speaking of scripts, you were one of the main writers for Arc V Abridged on the Pink Hippo channel. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I think Altered Man told me that there was a new Yu-Gi-Oh series, and I thought, hey, this ought to be interesting. And honestly, I really liked it. I thought it was campy as shit, and just had it just became a guilty pleasure for me for a while.
Yep, no, that makes sense. And you are talking about Arc V.
Yep.
Fact, yes.
And then I decided, hey, we gotta bridge this quick.
And then you weren't the first to do that?
No, it was Azzy Fox and Mana, the Dark Magician Girl.
Yep, I do remember both of those, since I am in your group and I was part of the Arc V Abridged project, which only got like 3 episodes, I think.
Yeah, and what's funny is that I actually knew Mana before she even did that.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, she was one of my first bridge contacts before even then. She was one of the first bridge contacts I've met, essentially. Her, and along with another cast member there, Savior Dragon, Ultima Savior Dragon now. He plays Shun for them.
Shun, and he is the main character? I haven't seen Arc V in like a while.
No, that's Yuya.
Oh, right, it's always a Y name.
Yeah. I will say this though, I think our Yuya is better than theirs.
Yeah,
humble
our
brag.
Yuya is a concrete building, or he was.
He still is.
Interesting. Right.
Yeah, he's interesting.
Yep, and now we are trying very hard to work on a Neo Yokio project.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one to see.
I would like to call it a mistake.
It will be a great mistake.
It would be the greatest mistake of all time. In a sense. Let's talk about how you reacted when I first told you about, hey, let's abridge Neo Yokio for no other reason than to abridge Neo Yokio.
So, I think I was watching Glorious Bastards.
Yes.
While you were doing it. And you just randomly texted me on Facebook saying, yo, we gotta do this, man. We gotta do this right now. And I'm like, I dropped everything and just rushed to my computer. Or called you on Discord and said, Ed, what have you done already? Nothing? And I was there while you were watching the first episode. I was just listening in on it. I was
rewatching the first episode.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I was like, I already started... Well, no, I did have some things down, but then we erased all of it and just decided to start from scratch.
Yep.
Yep. And then that's where that monstrosity came into existence.
Definitely.
Yeah. And that's going to be a personal project of mine that will be out eventually. It was supposed to come out on Christmas, but, you know, I failed to edit things.
That's okay. We have real lives, surprisingly.
That is true. We do have real lives.
Alright.
Yep. Alright, so there is 5 minutes left of the interview stuff. So
You wanna ask me more about the hippos?
oh yes. I would like to know how you and Altered Man got started with the hippos and, like, you know, the name of the group.
Yuya's like the first thing you see summoned from Yuya was a magic card that involved dancing hippos.
Yes.
And we just were like, oh my god, Russell, look at these magical fucking hippos. We gotta name ourselves after it. Let's do it.
Yep. That sounds about right. That does sound about right. And then we have a couple other people within the group that help us out from time to time.
Yep.
There's Russell, you, me, Nightwing. Nightwing's always a fun addition.
You want to talk about the writing process for it?
Oh, right. No, I'm getting sidetracked.
Okay.
Oh, man, I am not good at podcast. Anyway,
That's
yeah,
the first
let's
time
talk
you
about the
look
writing Let's try about the writing progress for Arc V and stuff, and then we can move on to casting or whatever.
Honestly, even though I brought it up, there's not really much of one. There wasn't really much of one. It was just me just writing shit that came up in my head. It had beats at some point. The scripts had beats, from what I can remember, but now when I read them, they don't really make sense to me anymore.
Yep, that reminds me of everything I've done. So let's talk about the casting. If there's nothing else to do with the writing, let's talk about the casting process.
I actually thought about playing Yuya, but Russell was like, I think there's somebody better that can do it, and I thought about two other people, which was Nightwing and Concrete.
Right.
And I ended up doing Concrete. The Nightwing actually plays Shingo.
Ah, right.
Oh.
Shingo is the fanciful, beautiful, lustrous blonde dude in one of the episodes, right?
I do remember. Yeah, that's him. I actually do remember why I did Shingo. It was because I think I was trying to make fun of how I don't remember anymore. I forgot it. You want to know how to write, kids? Look up what a 3-act structure is. Read Joseph Campbell's Hero's Journey, or Hero with 1,000 Faces, Monomyth, whatever the fuck it's called. Old, and just read, motherfucker.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
sounds accurate. You were going to say something else?
Taught me more than abridging. Yeah, film school. It just obviously taught me more than what I have been doing with abridging. I can now do fucking react stories. I can recognize when the heroes recognize the steps of the hero's journey when I watch a movie. It's a lot of stuff.
That is a lot of stuff, definitely. That is quite a lot of information to take in. Quite a lot.
Yeah, that's why I went for 3 years.
Alright, yeah. Anyway, we are almost up with the interview process. Let's go into the second thing and talk about voice acting things from this week. Or, like, weeks before. So
okay.
I'm gonna read off a list of Oscar Award nominated animated movie, since that directly concerns voice acting, and I want you to tell me what you think of them.
I actually know the nominees already.
Well, I'm going to read them off anyway, because
Okay.
I just feel like reading them off. Alright, so
Right.
first, and I'm reading this off Variety.com, because it was the first link on Google. And so the first one we have is The Boss Baby, with Alec Baldwin. Something that somehow managed to surprise a lot of people.
Honestly, it's a DreamWorks movie, so they're going to put it in there regardless of the quality of it.
That's completely fair. It's completely fair. The next one is The Breadwinner from
Cartoon Saloon.
Yep, cartoon. Yep, I don't know anything about it.
I do actually. They are a cartoon studio in Ireland, and that have already made 2 Oscar-nominated movies: The Secret of Kells and The Song of the Sea.
Oh yeah, I heard about The Song of the Sea. That was nominated a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And it did not win.
It did not win. They're like their art style is very similar to like Samurai Jack, using very simplistic but striking shapes to define its world. I'm not the Breadwinner looks similar to that, to like Song of the Sea. So they're interesting movies to watch.
I'm sure they are. Next one is Coco from Disney.
I actually have seen that one. I thought it was.
You haven't seen the other two?
Yeah, I haven't seen the other two. I have seen in Coco though. It was pretty good. I actually saw it with my cousins. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have gone and see it.
Interesting. And
Yeah.
what did you think of Coco?
I thought it was pretty good, and I actually really do like that kind of salsa music. So, yeah.
There were rumors originally about Coco only being made because the Book of Life did so well last year. No, 2016, 2 years ago, I think.
That wouldn't surprise me. I actually did read up a bit though. Apparently, the film's director, Lee Ulrich, or I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Lee Unkrich, thank you.
Yep.
He said that he pitched the idea of Coco after he directed Toy Story 3. And it was originally going to be an American boy looking at Hispanic culture after the death of his grandma. Yeah. They decided to change it to a Mexican boy, though.
Any reason specifically?
I think they just wanted to keep it fully Mexican.
Yeah, no, that would probably be. It's probably a pretty wise decision, actually.
Yeah.
Given
So what's the
basis
next
of
film?
Ferdinand with John Cena.
Same with DreamWorks. It's Blue Sky Studio, so they gotta put him in there.
Has there been any other Blue Sky Studio nominees?
Yeah, Ice Age and another one. I'm not really sure about the other one, though.
Oh, I completely forgot that Ice Age was not DreamWorks.
Yep.
It surprises me. I actually don't remember Ice Age not being DreamWorks. Right, and the last animated feature listed here is Loving Vincent.
I actually used Loving Vincent for a feel reel, for a project of mine.
Interesting. Tell us about that.
The main character can see the world as paintings, so obviously I was going to use that.
Alright, so did you actually see the movie?
No, sadly. There is actually something interesting about all of these films. They're all by previous Oscar nominees.
All of them.
Yeah, the guy who did Loving Vincent, he won an Oscar for Best Short Animated Film. Yeah, I looked at...
Yeah, which one was that? I think it was Dorota Kobiela? Kobila?
There was another director with Loving Vincent. I think his name was like Matt something.
Alright, then it's not listed here. There's Hugh Welchman, Sean Bob.
Yeah, it's Hugh Welchman, I'm
Okay.
sorry. And Peter and the Wolf.
Oh! Yeah, I never actually pay attention to the animated short features.
Yeah.
Alright. So out of these 5 nominees, which do you think has the most likely chance of winning, and why is it Coco?
Yeah, it's Coco.
Yeah, it's Coco. It's Disney,
Yeah,
and
it wasn't even a question, and you just decided. Yeah, because it's Disney. Actually, no, it's Disney Pixar. Barely tell the difference between them now.
That's true. It's rare that a Disney Pixar movie does not win. The only time I remember that happening is Spirited Away back in 2002. I want to say 2002, 2003.
I mean, there have been other non-Pixar movie winners. God, what were they? I think Wallace and Gromit might have.
Oh yeah, no, Wallace and Gromit was definitely one of them. Now that I think about it.
Shrek was actually the first one to win it.
Oh, Shrek was DreamWorks, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Happy Feet.
Happy Feet won?
Yeah. Rango, Frozen, Big Hero 6, Zootopia.
Right. Yep. Those are most of the Disney films that did win, in fact. Although, honestly, Kubo and the Two Strings should have won over Zootopia. Not that Zootopia was a bad movie, because it wasn't, and it definitely did deserve to win. Just that Kubo and the Two Strings deserved to win more.
Yeah. Anyway, So the snubs this year are like The Silent Voice and what else?
The Silent Voice and so the snubs that I keep seeing people talk about are The Silent Voice and Your Name. And
really?
then there was another one, Mary and the Witch's Flower is also one. I'm not sure if that would count though.
I don't think Your Name either, because
Yeah, I think Your Name was released like very late 2016.
Let me see.
I think that was the original release for a limited theatrical run.
All right. Well,
And then and Your Name featured Michael Sinterkast and Stephanie Shea as the titular characters.
Right.
And then the other one, anime movies, 2017. Because there was definitely another one. Yeah, I'm googling anime movies, and all I'm getting is Coco, Captain Underpants, The Boss Baby, blah 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 blah. I think it's saying animated movies.
I did see a lot of people get like heated over the anime films not getting represented.
Yeah, no, I know a lot of people who also said a bunch of stuff about that. It's mostly because some of the anime films didn't fit the nominee acceptance rules or whatever. Like, I think A Silent Voice only stayed in theaters for like a day instead of a week.
Yeah. So it wouldn't never have been considered for an Oscar.
Right. Yeah.
And even if it did, the Academy probably wouldn't even recognize it.
Yep. Usually the only animated movies that do get recognized are the ones distributed by Disney, which are studio Ghibli films, and in the past year, there hasn't necessarily been a Studio Ghibli film released.
Not really.
I know this year it's because Ghibli was like retired or whatever, and then
I think anime films will get recognition though, once people will around our age take over.
that is true. Once the current people deciding who gets nominated die, because they're probably like thousands of years old by now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Let's see. There was. So Dragon Ball Fighter Z got released this week.
Arc System works, motherfucker!
Yep, Arc System Works is popular for their Blaze Blue franchise, if you hadn't known, because, you know, who knows about anime fighting games anymore?
Yep.
Or at all. Have you gotten a chance to see Dragon Ball Fighter Z in action?
Not really. I'm not really a Dragon Ball Z fan. I'll probably get it when the price drops.
I am also debating on getting it myself. I just haven't really had the time. In fact, I also
I'm more interested.
Dragon Ball Z fan.
Cross tag.
Hmm?
More interested in Blaze Blue cross tag.
Oh yeah, no, I heard about that one too, but they're like half of the cast is DLC.
Oh yeah, like Team Ruby is going to make an appearance, and Blake and Yang are definitely DLC.
Which doesn't really make any sense to me.
Yeah, like you have half of Team Ruby on the base game. Why not get the whole one?
Exactly. And then the other characters, some of them are also going to be DLC, like Kanji and Naoto, from what I hear. From Persona 4.
Yep.
And that is kind of aggravating as well.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, we're coming up on time right now, although this wasn't as long as I wanted to make this, but thank you, Loomeh, for coming on today for the first episode ever.
No problem. It's an honor to be the first one. Everyone else will be posers.
That is accurate. Or, I probably shouldn't say that it would be... You know what? I don't even... Who cares? So, this is Yoshino, signing off on BT Dubs, the voice acting podcast. Always remember, the government is lizards. New episodes will likely be released every Friday, so keep on your toes. Good.
Yay.
Yep. Alright. Goodbye, America. And other countries on YouTube.